Okay, I'm going to start off today testing some chert that I got. Well, I know what this is, but I have not tested this before. This is what they call cow patty chert.
I put it in there to put the small one so they wouldn't. Yeah.
It's not that great as far as the consistency, but it flakes really well. So I might be able to get a few good flakes off of it. It's highly cracked, but it's easily accessible. It's on the surface. I'm just going to test it. If I can't get anything out of it, it's no big deal, you know. You just bring everything home and see if you can work it. And sometimes you just get lucky and some of it's good stuff. Small flakes, yeah. It naps really well. This is raw, so it naps just like a heat treat. If I can get some good flakes off of it. I got a bunch of stuff similar to this. It's very snap and half-ish though, but I've got a bunch of stuff similar to this that I need to test. So I'll just film everything. It's good for flint and steel kits, but after a while, you get too many pieces of flint. That's all it's good for is flint and steel. I've already got too much that's flint and steel type material, so I'm not going to keep this if it's not clear enough for a projectile point. That's clear enough. This looks all right. Let's see. No, it's got some defects in it. This is different here. This is not the cow patty stuff, but I need to test this out also. I think this is a heat treat. Yeah, normally doesn't break that easy. Yeah, this is gravel chert, but it's good. It's a heat treat. This is the cow patty stuff. This is very snappish. But that's a good piece. This looks good. It's got, it might have, no, I think it's good. All right. I was going to say it might have some issues, but that looks all right. This is another piece of heat treat, I think. Same as the other one. It's got a crack right there, so I don't know. Let me see. Yeah, that one's okay. See if I can skin off blades this way. You can avoid that crack. I'm not going to mess with it. A little bit of a defect there, but that looks not too bad. It's very snappish. All right. This one is not that great as far as quality goes. It looks like there's some heat damage. Brush fire damage probably. Since these are found on the surface, this cow patty chert, it is susceptible to fire damage. You know, it's found on top of the ground on hills, on hilltops and stuff. So there's wind erosion and water erosion that keeps these exposed. So yeah, they're susceptible to freeze cracking and brush fire damage. I think I spalled that out earlier. These are not very big pieces, but it's interesting to work with them sometimes. And they're good for tools, you know. Very, very sharp edges. And very easy to knap, so. If it's clear and consistent. Yeah, so pieces like this are pretty common, but it's not going to yield a very large piece, work piece. 3 inches tops. It's not going to yield a very large projectile point. Anyway, I don't want to throw that stuff away. If I can get a few good pieces, it's worth it. It's worth the time to take and test it all. Yeah, it's too turtle backish. I don't know if I want to deal with it. That's all right. I'll keep that one. That's a good size. I might do that on video. Let's see. This might be a good rock challenge, this piece right here. No, it's too unpredictable. Okay, what else do I have? People just hand me stuff. Let's see. This is some kind of jasper. I think this is a good candidate for heat treat. Yeah, but it's got issues in it. See that little spot right there? That's an internal crack. And it might have some fossils. But, you know, never know. It might heat treat really nicely. I tried to nap into the good stuff there. I don't know. Let's see. I'm going to use a steel hammer.
Oh, I know. Oh, the guy wanted it.
Yeah, it's a good candidate for heat treat. I don't want to nap this raw. This has got some erosion polish on the outside, I think. It's the inside, when you knock a flake off, it's not as glossy as that. So the wind erosion will polish the surface. That's gonna crack right in the middle. Small point. I'm going to keep these in a separate pile for a heat treat. It's really messy. Yeah. There might be a point in there though, in that lighter material. I can heat treat that chunk. We'll see. I mean, I'm gonna heat treat it. I just don't know what'll come out of it. Okay, let's see. I don't know what the result will be for the heat treat stuff. Oh dang. This is already a little bit glossy, but that just it probably broke along a natural crack here. See that patina? And then the crack expanded upward. I don't know what this is. It's already glossy. It might already be a heat treat. It might already be heat treated. It's very snap and halfish. Yeah. Sometimes it's not worth napping the stuff that snaps in half easy. I can save that. Yeah, you can make what they call gem points out of this. Little bitty arrowheads. Yeah, you can make little bitty arrowheads. All right, thank you.
Sandstone.
Sandstone.
Resin.
All right. Thank you.
You bet.
Some of you guys might be thinking, why don't you just slab this stuff? Well, I'd rather chip some spalls off, that way I know if it's solid. You can slab it and then spend the time slabbing it and then find out it's got cracks in it when you start knapping it. That's too late. You've already wasted your time. Why waste all that time slabbing it when you haven't tested it by knapping? You got to shock it to see if it'll actually hold up to knapping. I've gotten several slabs over the years that look good, but they don't knap well. I might be able to get, gem points out of this. It's a heat treat for sure. So yeah, I just get these pieces at random to try out from people. Show it on video. It does not feel consistent. It feels very snappish and very full of defects. Bunch of natural seam lines or crack lines. Seam, S-E-A-M. I might be able to get a point out of that piece, so I'll keep stuff that has some potential. I already showed this piece. I'm going to trim some weight off of it. If it looks pretty bad, I won't keep it. Yeah, it's got a crack right through the middle, so. Let's see. 18 minutes. That's already like 10 pounds of waste. All right, let's see what this does. This is from earlier, remember? Earlier in the video. I've got to be gentle with it. I don't want to snap it in half. Now, someone asked me earlier, what is the reason for hitting in a particular area? I always get that question periodically, and I answered by saying you can infer the reason why and where I hit from the results I get. it's not a really good answer, but it's the easiest answer. With something like Flintknapping or any kind of craft, the reason why you do something can be inferred from the result that you're getting. Now, with Flintknapping, it's a little different because there's risk involved. I don't always know exactly where the flakes are going to go or if they're going to come off in the right way. But you can kind of get the reasoning why I'm doing something by looking at the result. Now that doesn't work when dealing with, for example, when dealing with people. Just because you get a certain result doesn't mean that's what you intended. So that particular approach doesn't always work in life. You can't always infer the reason why by looking at the result. You can't always do that. But in Flintknapping or in crafts or something like this, it's safer to infer what your reasoning is from the results that you're getting. So I'm going to just start answering it that way. Just look at the results I'm getting, and that's the reasoning why. Now, if it breaks, did I want to break it? Well, I could say it's a controlled break. You know what I mean? I make fun of the controlled thing because some people, they take it too far. They think that just because it made a certain result or resulted in a certain thing, that's exactly why they did it. No, it's going too far the other way. You can infer the reason why and where I hit by the results I get, but don't take it too far and say that everything I do is controlled. That's too far the other way. Not everything I do, or not all the results, are what I intend. Just in general. And another thing is, I've told people before, I don't really know why I approach the napping in a certain way or hit in a certain spot. I don't always know exactly why I'm doing it. It just seems like a good idea at the time. Yeah. Seems like a good idea at the time. And sometimes I don't have any idea. I just do it. And look at the result. If the result is good, I do it again. I infer my intention from the result sometimes. If I get a good result, I say, yeah, I guess I meant to do it that way. I meant to do that. But yeah, don't take it too literally or take it too far. Anyway. When I started learning, I never asked that question, I don't think. Why did they do this here? Why did they do that there? My questions were, why is mine not doing what his stuff is doing? Why is my technique that looks exactly the same not producing the same result? That's what I would ask myself. Why am I not getting the same result by doing the same technique? And some might say, well, it's because you don't know the reason why. You got to know the reason why, and then it'll start working. No, it does not work that way. You get the results you want through practice, and everyone starts to develop over time their own methods of dealing with different situations. They might look similar, but subtle differences make a big difference in flint knapping. And everyone in flint knapping, if you've been flint knapping for a while, knows that you're tweaking your technique over time. There's tweaking involved, so it may look the same, but it's slightly different. If you take it too far and you're inferring the reason by looking at the result, you're not going to quite get it. But just keep in mind that if I get a certain result that I say that's pretty good, chances are that's the reason why I hit in that spot. Okay? So I hit that spot to get that flake. I hit that spot to get that flake. Why did I want to get that flake? Because it looks like a good flake to get. Yeah. I go for the worst first. I go for the problem areas first. But there's many problem areas on this. So why do I choose one over the other? I don't know. There's a decision maker in your brain, and it's influenced by many different things. That decision maker can be influenced by logical conclusion. It can be influenced by habit. It can be influenced by just expediency. Just get it done. Yeah. There's many reasons, many things that influence the decision maker when you're doing the knapping. Decision maker in your brain. So yeah, I'm going after the worst areas first. In no particular order, other than from experience, I know that doing certain things is going to be more risky than other things. Like if I thin the middle first before thinning the ends, that's risky. So in general, I try to keep the ends thinner than the middle. It doesn't always work that way. Either because I forget or I take chances or try to take a shortcut or something just bugging me. I need to get rid of that spot that's bugging me. And sometimes I had no idea why I just did that. Sometimes the decision maker makes decisions on its own, subconsciously. It's not always a conscious decision. So a simple question like, why are you hitting there? Why and where do you hit? Such a simple question is extremely difficult to answer because there are many variables. Some people get a lot of satisfaction by trying to guess where I'm going to hit. And then if I do hit there, they feel satisfied, like, oh, okay, I'm learning. Well, you might have just got lucky. You never know. Besides, if I do a stupid move and it matches what you thought, and you think, ooh, I'm learning, you might be learning to be stupid. You're not always learning from stuff that you think you should be doing, because I don't always make smart moves. No. And I forget stuff. I forget that, oh, I should have done this first or that first. Just because it matches what I do in your brain. If your brain and my brain are matching up, doesn't mean exactly that you're learning good ways. It might mean that, but it doesn't have to. So yeah, the guy asking the question, why and where do you hit, is probably going, yeah, but I still want to know why and where you hit. Just say it. Just do it. Just tell me. Just tell me why you hit there and tell me where to hit. I don't care about all that other stuff. I'm not gonna do it. A lot of times I gotta make it up. If I tell you exactly why and where every single time, I'm gonna make some of that stuff up because I don't know why I do it. So I had to come up with an excuse just so you can feel like you're being taught. And that's not the way to learn. You think you know how to learn, but you don't. Yeah. Learning is through trial and error in most cases. Being skeptical of the information you're being given and knowing how to find the truth logically. It's a process. When I first started watching YouTube videos and learning how to flint knap, the advice that was being given did not work for me. Nope. Why? Because they were making stuff up in many cases. They just make it up or they regurgitate what they've heard before. It works that way because of conchoidal fracture. No, it doesn't work that way because of conchoidal fracture. It works that way because of fracture, but conchoidal doesn't explain all of it. In fact, it's pretty useless. Especially with the long thinning flakes with little minimal bulbs of percussion or minimal bulbs of pressure. You want the opposite of a conchoidal fracture, basically. You don't want a large bulb and a lot of ripples in a scoop out. You don't want that conchoidal type of fracture. You want a smooth, very low bulb, long flake, which is not conchoidal. You don't want that on the finished piece. In the beginning, it doesn't matter when you're first bifacing. You can do the conchoidal stuff all you want. But what people have trouble with in the realm of flint knapping is thinning down thin pieces. Yeah. Yeah, but just tell me why you did it. All right, I'll tell you why I did it. I do it because I wanted all those flakes that you see. I wanted that flake, I wanted that flake, I wanted this one, I wanted all those. That's why I did it. Yeah. That's why. Okay. I wanted that flake. Yes, I did. I didn't really get exactly what I want, but it's like Christmas, you know. You don't say, "Oh, it's not exactly what I wanted." Why? Why did I get it? No. You go, "Oh, that was good. Like it." I don't ask, "Why did you buy me that Christmas present? Why? Why did you have to give me that flake? Why couldn't it have been like a Y shape to get that bump too? It's not good." Yeah, it is good. This is a good flake. I want that flake. Now, did I know it was going to go there exactly? No. But I'll take it. All right. I gotta start thinking about what this is going to be. I've been very careful with it so I don't snap it in half. Yeah. It's kind of an interesting look to it. Those patches in there are not concretey. They're easy to nap through, which is unusual. There is a crack in there, I think, or there was. You can see it there. I don't know how deep that goes. That could open up and snap the whole thing if it gets really, really thin. So it would not be too smart to continue thinning it. Now sometimes I'll take a flake because I want it to look better cosmetically and not because it improves the performance of the projectile point or knife. It's just because I want it to look a little bit better or cleaner on the surface. Sometimes I make a pathway for a notch by thinning it down. And you might think, ooh, he did that so it looks better. No. Or the other way around. I'm doing it to make it look better, but coincidentally, you might think, oh, he's doing that so that the notching will be easier. No. Could be, but maybe not. You never know. You just, if you're a very observant person, you'll know the different possibilities. Even if I say it was for something, it could be there could be a better reason for it. So there's that too. Just because I tell you the reason for it doesn't mean that's the best reason. Alright. I have to make one of these videos every once in a while where I explain everything like you're 5. Yeah. I don't know if it helps. I suppose it helps some people, but it doesn't help others. Yeah. They'll say, well, that's not the way I learn. Yeah, it's true. Everyone learns a little bit differently. Or in different ways, maybe not a little bit differently per se, but I don't know. Our brains are so similar that it's hard to say if people actually learn ways that are that much different than others. Is it that much different? I don't know. I know in some cases, yes, it's very different, but in general, I don't know. Seems like we all have, well, most of us have brains that work pretty much the same. All right. That's as thin as I want to go with it. All right. You see, it's nice. It's as raw as nice, but unpredictable. Out of all that, you know, I had to waste like 5 pounds of stone. You know, it's waste. I didn't waste it, like turn it from good stuff to bad stuff. I eliminated the waste, and it's like 5 pounds of waste for this little bit. All right, let's see. I took my glove off because it's starting to get hot, and I want to get the feel for the stone a little bit better. I don't need to worry about shards that are really, really sharp digging into my hand. These are going to be sharp, but it's not like Obsidian where I have to wear gloves. Alright, so I'm just going to regularize the edge and prepare it for a pass of pressure flakes. This is technically a pass of pressure flakes, but it's mainly just to get it more regular. Come on. Get rid of some thick spots along the edge. I could feel this morning the effects of last night's percussion flaking and pressure flaking, but it's not too bad. It's good. My wrist, it recovers fast these days. It used to take days or maybe even weeks to recover from a intense spalling or napping session. But nowadays, if I just sleep in or rest a lot, I slept in this morning, it recovers pretty fast. My wrist recovers pretty fast. Yep. I used to have problems with inflammation. That was one of the things that was preventing the healing process. No more fat fingers and no more inflammation. Although I did sneak a couple of Reese's Pieces last night. I can't resist. It's Halloween Reese's. You know the Halloween Reese's candy? I can't resist it. So I had a couple pieces. These measly Mises are giving me pieces of Reese's Pieces. Okay. Yeah, so come on down. We got Halloween candies and everything. Yeah. I'm using percussion on this instead of pressure because it'll remove a bigger flake without much effort. Hey. You can see I'm kind of filming. Hey!
Good to see you, sir.
Good to see you too.
I'm going to take a video of your video.
All right. Do a video of my video. Yeah, my friend Jerry is videoing me while I do a video. It's going to distract me and I'm going to break it. And I'll blame it on you. Maybe you can tell me what I want to make out of it.
A point
Yeah, let's make a point.
with sharp edges
Sharp edge point.
that will draw blood.
Yeah, that will be effective at taking something down so we can have some lunch.
Okay, you can swear now.
Okay.
You don't swear.
I don't normally swear, no.
I don't either. Flintknapping can cause it.
Oh yes, there's plenty of reasons for it, that's for sure. I'm gonna take this off. All right. I'm so used to the steel pressure flakers, I go back to copper and I don't like it. Okay. I gotta be careful on the tip because that's where I snap it off. Okay. That's crunchy right there. And those are tricky because I can't get in there and push them off with a spatula tool very easily. They're all rounded off. There it goes. Let's see if I can get it all. Almost. Yeah, got it. Okay, so we got a book floating around here with a bunch of photographs of points. I need to look in there and see what I can make. See what I can make later on. Not for this point, but a little bit later on. Anyway, let's see. I gotta think about notches and stuff. Okay, let's see. I was looking at bandy points earlier. I can make a bandy point out of it, but I'd have to take down the sides a lot and then put the little notches in, little serrations. So I don't know.
How about a calf creek?
A what?
Calf creek?
Calf Creek, yeah, with the deep notches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or is it too thick?
It's too narrow.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen the Calf Creek in there, in that book over there, that has a very narrow stem or very narrow barbs.
Right.
So I can do it either way. But in general, you need a much wider to start with, and then you can take it down later. But I'll try it anyway. Yeah. Just because I can't figure out what I'm going to do.
Well, and they came in all shapes and sizes. And
Yeah.
especially if they've been reworked. So.
Yep. If I look at the thickness, it's a little bit thick on this side. So I should thin it down a little bit more. We shall see. Yeah, lucky. I meant to do that though. I meant to be lucky right there. Yeah, I feel better now. still need to get that. There's still kind of a lumpy spot right there.
Well, do you do any punch notching?
Yeah. I got reverse indirect too. Have you seen that? I got my stump where I put the indirect percussion tools in there, the reverse indirect. But I'm not gonna do it on this one. It's too delicate.
Yeah.
I'm not that great at that technique yet. Uh-oh, did I crack it? I don't know, I might have cracked it. Well, if it breaks off, I'll just make a charcoal.
There you go.
Let's see if I can get rid of that. Oh well, let's see. It doesn't matter. Okay.
What rock is that?
This is what they call cow patty chert.
Okay.
And it's pretty much useless. It looks like that in most cases.
Okay.
But I got a bunch of chunks in there.
Yeah.
But it naps well. It's raw, but it naps like it's a heat treat.
Well, because this has been
fire damage. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
But it's from this part of the hill country, or?
Yeah, not far from here.
Okay.
It's further east from here. Let's see. I need to make that notcher more narrow. Let me see. If I want to make deep notches, I gotta make this more narrow.
that a masonry nail?
No, it's just a regular 16 penny nail.
Okay.
Just regular box nail. I use 20 penny nails also, but they're just regular nails. They seem to work the best. They grab the edge pretty good. Yep, there goes one of them. Let's see. Well, I got to make it symmetrical now.
Right, that's what I was going to say. And if you can do the other side, it'll look nice, whether it's a
Yeah.
authentic point type or not. Who cares?
Leave it like this.
But that's that healed crack is what got you.
Yeah, something in there, I guess. Yeah, that's
Hey,
a.
did you get through with
There's something in there,
Right,
and it goes all the way up that way.
right. So this was doomed as far as basal notching from the beginning.
All right, David, pleasure. You're welcome. Good old James. Yeah, for as long as you've been doing it. Oh yeah, take a rock and.
I can still try to make some pretty deep barbs or long barbs.
Oh yeah.
Looks like I got a crack on that side too. I don't know.
Yep.
Yeah, I can see it go right
Yep.
right through
Oh
there.
yeah.
So I got to stop on that side for sure. Well, one barb's longer than the other. Let's see. Right or no? No. I think, yeah, they're probably the same length. There's a lot of times there's an optical illusion, you know, going on. So.
I heard that, Richard. You gotta be damn, that's relative. That is relative. I'll buy it. You gotta pay for all that. Yeah, he wants to spend $100 million just so they'll have something to eat since Gaza is cut off for food. $100 million just for the kids to eat. Yeah, for Hamas. The Palestinians, it's $100 million is donated for food for them. They're all gonna die anyway. They don't need you.
This is on film.
That damn Biden went through more money. God.
All right. I always try to get a nice pop out at the end, but we'll see.
I would have never paid taxes. I would have laundromats and car washes. Everybody putting orders in it. Yeah, make the money, then get the shit out of here. Yeah.
Good enough. Ah. Use the steel. I gotta sharpen the edges. Okay.
Yeah, because they're catching all the shit. They should have been sending all of those buses to New York, filled up every Democratic city with 100,000. Oh, it's the worst. It's the worst of them.
Careful when you stare, you're liable to break it.
I think so, yeah.
Well, I already caused an internal crack. Just
Yeah.
ran almost the entire length. So.
People have more power than they
I
realize.
know. But an interesting thing with sort of modern art knapping versus authentic points, the early peoples weren't so concerned with symmetry and the aesthetics as much as will it make meat, and
Oh, yeah.
I'll stop, and when you're going to shove it into the chest cavity of a large animal, they're not going to care whether it's perfectly symmetrical. So
Yep, that's true. Now, I thought I was going to flake easily through that stuff, but
right,
no, it's not gonna.
And my friend, actually from Midland area, Mick Thurber, calls that a booger picker.
Oh, yeah. I know, Mick. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, they can't hang anymore, you know.
Booger picker. That's, yeah. Gets rid of warts, too.
Exactly.
All right. Okay. I just got a text, probably from someone on the way over here. Where is it? I don't see it. Where are you guys? I don't see you guys. I've had that happen before, several times.
Well, we got off track and wound up at a construction yard.
Oh yeah. GPS brought you to a construction yard?
Yeah, well, it's called Richards Park, but I think it's the city maintenance Richards Park.
Yeah, or the Richards Park Dam or something like
Right.
that.
Well, I think that's what this is. And
Okay.
So, yeah, we had to make some course corrections to get here.
Yeah.
Actually, you're one of the main reasons I'm here.
Oh yeah?
Yeah,
Alrighty.
probably watched well over 100 hours of your videos.
Oh dang.
Thought, what the heck, I need to go meet him.
Yep.
Well, plus there's other guys here that I've known. So, Dan Toyce and Richard Doe.
Yeah. Dan got here early yesterday.
Yeah.
And he's just sitting there peacefully. He's not napping at all or anything.
Well, because his right hand has bad tendonitis, and he's
Oh dang.
counting the days till he can get his surgery like he had on his left hand and
Okay.
get back into it.
I didn't know that. All right.
Well, I didn't either until I just talked to him. So.
Okay. Yeah, usually he has all his stuff out and napping away.
Yep. What's the problem of getting older?
Yep, that's it.
Things break.
This stuff is more crunchy than I thought.
Yep.
I gotta really grind the edge, and I don't like doing that because then it's harder to get all the dull spots out. Yeah, this video is already an hour and 9 minutes.
Wow.
But I started off
Oh, yeah.
processing a bunch of stuff. And I said, might as well just nap one of these pieces to see what it's like. It's not bad, it's just a little bit delicate and inconsistent. Yeah. I don't want to mess with it anymore.
I've started to say. See, and I think it's more authentic because it's not completely symmetrical, and that fractures in there.
Yeah.
That's cool. It's a catch as catch can.
Yep.
Based on material and.
Not Marco, but it's Marshall-esque.
Yeah.
You do good work.
Thank you.
But we both figure.
Let me get a thumbnail. I'll hand it back to you.
All right. Oh yeah,
I'm gonna do the video thing.
remember the thumbnail.
Yep, that's it. Take a little snapshot and see you in the next